Welcome to the Middle School Cafe podcast, where we're serving up fresh strategies and solutions for ELA teachers just like you. Join us as we explore proven methods to bridge the achievement gap and help every student reach their full potential. Whether you're a veteran teacher or just starting out, grab a cup of coffee and a notepad and let's get started. Here's your host, Carolyn Wall.
Hello and welcome back to the Middle School Cafe podcast. Happy 5th Tuesday. Whenever the calendar gives us an extra Tuesday in a month, it means we get a bonus episode. Today I want to talk a little bit about teachers supporting teachers and why that kind of support matters so much in this work. Teaching reading is complicated work. There are constant decisions to make in the classroom. What text should I use? How much support should I give? Is this activity actually helping students think more deeply about what they're reading? Why are some students still struggling even though we've tried multiple strategies? These questions show up every day. Most of the time we are figuring those things out while we are teaching, adjusting as we go, and hoping the decisions we make move students forward. The truth is that teaching can feel very isolating. You might have great colleagues in your building, but everyone's schedule is full. Planning periods are short. Conversations happen quickly in the hallway between classes or during passing time. Many of our meetings and structured PLCs are already planned out with specific agendas, which often leaves very little time to talk about the real questions that come up in our classrooms. Sometimes you just don't have the opportunity to really talk through an idea or ask a question about something happening in your classroom. That's where building a network of support made up of other teachers becomes incredibly valuable. Teachers who are doing the work every day often have the most practical insight into what works and what doesn't. They understand the challenges, the adjustments, and the constant decision-making that happens during a lesson. That idea is really what led me to create the Building Strong and Confident Readers community. The community is still new, but the goal is simple. It's a place where teachers can get support from other teachers as we all work to help students become stronger readers. Inside the community, we focus on practical conversations about reading instruction. Teachers bring real questions from their classrooms, and we talk through them together. One of the ways we do that is through weekly Q&A sessions. Every Monday, I go live inside the community, and teachers can ask anything they want to ask related to teaching ELA. Sometimes the questions are about strategies, sometimes they're about engagement, sometimes they're about helping students build stamina for independent reading. Sometimes the questions are very specific. Teachers can bring questions about organizing reading discussions, encouraging students to finish books, or supporting students who say they don't like reading at all. Those conversations are valuable because they come from teachers who are actively teaching. These are not theoretical conversations. These are real classroom questions from teachers working with students every day. Inside the community, teachers are invited to share what has worked in their classrooms and talk through ideas with other educators who understand the day-to-day realities of teaching. The goal is to create a space where teachers can exchange strategies, spark new ideas, and walk away with something practical they can try with their students. Another part of the community is the monthly trainings. These trainings focus on one topic related to reading instruction, so we can look at it a little more in depth. For example, one of the trainings we've done recently focused on teacher book talks. We talked about why teacher book talks are important and how powerful it can be when students see their teacher as someone who genuinely reads and enjoys books. We looked at simple ways teachers can introduce books to students and how those moments can build curiosity about reading. We also talked about student book talks and how students can become part of the reading conversation by sharing books with each other. In March, we discussed book clubs. Book clubs can be a meaningful part of a middle school classroom, but teachers often wonder how to structure them and how to keep the conversations focused on the reading. During that training, we talked about practical ways to organize book clubs so they remain manageable for teachers. We looked at ways to structure meetings, keep students accountable for their reading, and help students come prepared to talk about their books. We also spent time talking about discussion. One of the biggest challenges teachers mention is getting students to move beyond short answers and really talk about what they're reading. So we looked at ways to encourage more thoughtful conversation and how to help students respond to each other's ideas. What makes book clubs powerful is that they shift some of the responsibility to students. Instead of the teacher leading every conversation, students begin sharing ideas, asking questions, and responding to each other's thinking. When that happens, students start to take more ownership of their reading. And the reason we focused on book clubs in March is because this is the time of year when many teachers start thinking about them. As the school year moves into spring, book clubs can be a great way to bring students back into meaningful conversations about reading. That's really part of the vision for the community. Looking at topics that matter in real classrooms and creating space for teachers to talk through ideas, share strategies, and support each other. That training, like all of the monthly trainings inside the Building Strong and Confident Readers community, is completely free for members of the group. And if you decide to join, you'll also be able to go back and watch the past trainings as well. We can learn from professional development, research, and curriculum resources, but some of the most helpful insight comes from conversations with educators who are doing the work every day. That's part of the reason this free community lives outside of Facebook. It's a private space where teachers can have real conversations with other educators who are doing this work every day. A place where you can ask questions, share ideas, and talk through challenges without feeling like the whole internet is watching the conversation. That kind of space makes it easier for teachers to support each other and learn from each other's experiences. The weekly Q&A sessions give teachers a place to bring questions and talk through ideas together. The monthly trainings give us time to take a closer look at strategies that support reading in the classroom. But the real strength of the community will always come from the teachers inside it. If you're looking for a place where you can ask questions, share ideas, and connect with other teachers who are doing this work every day, I'd love to invite you to join us inside the Building Strong and Confident Readers community. It's still a new community, and we're building it together one conversation at a time. We'd love for you to be part of it. It's easy to join. Just set up your username and password, and you'll get instant access. You can find the link in the show notes for this episode. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today for this bonus episode. And as always, thank you for the work you're doing to help your students become stronger and more confident readers. Until next time. Thanks for joining me today. As a reminder, a new episode drops every first and third Tuesday, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Be sure to visit middleschoolcafe.com to find links to everything mentioned in today's show. Until next time.